Hey y'all, this your girl Lisa, and I don't know, is this real talk or
There you go.
hey y'all? I don't know what this is.
It's a busted stack.
This is just
DC Kool-Aid.
welcome to my life. So today here on
Real.
make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. This your girl Lisa. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How your day is? I hope everybody's having a great afternoon. I am having an all right afternoon. I am alive. I am breathing. Well, I guess you gotta breathe to be alive. Um My son is about to be a senior in high school. This is his last month before his senior year. And then he goes to college. Hey, y'all, I'm over here laughing and joking. But as y'all saw from the title, my wife did a live about being busted. So this is Busted Part 2, Snap Edition. And I'm going to tell you why I came up with that, guys. I want to say hello to everybody who's in. Y'all know I do not look at the chat because I get distracted. So I'm gonna tell y'all why I named it Snapped Edition. Sir, hold on. So last night while my wife was asleep, I watched Evil Lives Here. That's one of our shows. Evil Lives Here is one of our shows we watched together. I was watching something because she was sleeping. I hadn't turned the TV off yet. So I watched one. No, you gotta use it all. I'm gonna put some on there. So the Snapped I watched last night had this black lady on here, and she had 4 children, 2 from a previous relationship and 2 with the person that the Evil Lives Here was about. So that's what made me think about, well, let's do Busted, the Snapped edition. Because when you think about getting busted by your partner, we're talking about, when I say busted, I'm talking about cheating on your spouse, cheating on your significant other, cheating on your long-term relationship. That's what I'm talking about. That's all we're talking about. We're talking about, and as it applies to relationships and things like that. Hey, boss lady. Hey, Veronica. Hey, y'all. So it's only 4 people. So as y'all come in, I'm going to reiterate and then not reiterate, then reiterate so that people know what I'm talking about. Because we talk about cheating, we only talk about the visceral, immediate effects, the initial response to getting busted by somebody, by your spouse or your significant other walking in on you doing something you ain't got no business doing. When we talk about busted, that's all we talk about. We talk about wanting to fight the girl or guy, wanting to fight your girl or guy, crying. That's what we think about. We don't think about the repercussions to getting busted and what cheating does. And not just cheating, but relationships in general. Ignoring the signs. Because here's the thing, I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to cheating, and here's an unpopular opinion, on some level, the person getting cheated on feels it. They feel something. Something is off. Something is hinky. Your spidey sense is tingling. But you don't do anything about it because this is the person you love and care about. And you just know because you wouldn't do it to them, they wouldn't do it to you. So you brush it off as you being insecure or watching too much TV or I just dream that shit. But the reality is we feel something too, each and every time. And I make this as no exaggeration, no me acting like I'm special because I'm not. Each and every time I found out somebody that I was dating was doing something that I would consider or the world would consider cheating, I felt it. When they didn't answer the phone, when I call my wife's phone and she don't answer the phone, I don't get a little catch in my heart. I don't get a little butterfly in my stomach. I know she either on the phone with her family members or she at work. Now, in the same situations I've had with other people I've dated, I can't say that because the hitches in my throat, the flood of my heart, the butterflies in my chest, in my stomach have always been right. Now, did I do anything about them? 9 times out of 10, no. Because I chalked it up to just like, think about it like this, y'all. Anytime we watch something anytime we watch Ghostbusters or not Ghostbusters, Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters, the first thing that the spouse that didn't see the ghost says is there's a rational explanation for it. You're just being paranoid. You didn't see that. It was just a shadow. A car drove by. We find excuses to justify our feelings, our thoughts, and the things we thought we saw. And that's the same thing in a relationship. So ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a little bit of responsibility in ignoring the signs. So that's what it was. See, every time we watch Evil Lives Here, they do the little captions on the TV as they're telling the story. And it always has, like last night's caption, so and so was now being more angry and upset than usual, but there had been signs. If all of a sudden you feel something, take heed of that, but also take responsibility when you don't. That being said, I have never walked in and caught somebody. I've never done that. I've never walked into my house or to a restaurant or to anything and caught the person I was supposedly dating or whatever cheating on me. So I can't say that. I have had a girl come to my house because the person I was dating was supposedly her boyfriend, and we just started talking about the car that her daddy bought for him. I assumed she was correct, but I didn't know anything about it. But I was there first, so who's the boyfriend? I'm just saying. Whose boyfriend was it? Mine or hers? I was there first. I was there before she was. So am I the girlfriend? Because she came, because she said she came along. She said when they started dating, I've been with so and so this long. She said it. By that time I've been with him off and on for 2 years. They just started dating. So thank you, boss lady. Hey y'all. Got 5 people now, I got one more person. Hey y'all. I just look. Cause I was just trying to make sure I wasn't talking to myself. Oh well, yeah, that's true. My bad, my bad. Where's the thing, dude? I don't see it. Hold on, y'all. The dogs came in from outside. And every time Bentley and Jax come in from outside, they get a treat. But I have lost the treat jar. Oh nope, I found it. Okay. So I have never had that. Now I've had friends that had that happen and said that they done walked in and found they boyfriend and stuff like that. I have had a friend that hell got out of bed one person and called another person because the first person then wasn't good. Now that neither here nor there. I can't do it. Again, not me. I don't knock nobody hustle. However, when I say snapped edition, we always laughing and joking about, well, they should have known. I would have did this. They should lead him. But see, sometimes it don't go like that. Sometimes people lose their lives. Sometimes people lose their lives and their kids' lives. Sometimes people lose their lives and their families' lives. This cheating thing ain't no joke. Now I'm gonna say this so that people can get mad with me once again. I had somebody tell me that if you ain't married, you single. Everything else is single. Dating, even fiancés, until you sign on the dotted line, You're single. Now, I think that if you make a commitment to somebody, regardless of whether or not you made it in front of the law, I think that if you tell somebody this is my girlfriend and I'm only dating you, anything after that is cheating. That's how I feel. Now, if you just dating somebody, you can't put boyfriend and girlfriend stuff on somebody you don't even know their last name. Please stop calling Pookie and them your boyfriend. Pookie and Peach is your boyfriend and girlfriend, and you don't even know what their real name is. If something happened to Pookie and Peaches, you can't call the police because you don't know who to tell them. You know, Pookie and them, he live over there around Maine. No, 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 no. We need to do a little better. A little better. But I think if you make a commitment to somebody and you have stated this commitment that you are my girlfriend, you are my boyfriend, we are together, I think that yes, things after that can be considered cheating. And I think you should think long and hard about the people you cheat on. Because if this person gets mad at the drop of a hat, but you think you know best, you think he ain't gonna snap, you think she ain't gonna tear your shit up. Cheating is just not affect the two people who are having sex or the two people are going out to dinner, because cheating is just not sexual. Cheating is emotional. You can get coochie and ding ding anywhere. But my wife having to go to somebody else for support, for love, for comfort, for a shoulder to cry on, for an ear to listen, that's cheating. It's just not having sex. Everything you do up until the point of actual sexual intercourse is cheating. Every deleted text message, every erased phone call, that's cheating too. Every good morning, beautiful, I can't wait to see you again. Text messages that's not directed to your significant other is cheating. You're supposed to be watching. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Vondi. Vondi said my parents ain't married. When I got a relationship I'm in now, I cut out all dudes in my phone. Okay. Hey, Brittany. Hey, y'all. Again, if your mom and daddy said, "Hey, I ain't messing with nobody else but you," I ain't Herbert, I ain't messing with nobody else but you. Your daddy is gonna cheat on your mama if he gonna mess with somebody else other than, I don't know your mama name. That's why I made up names. Okay, I didn't even make up a mama name. I just called your daddy Herbert. I don't know why I said Herbert. First thing came to mind. If you tell somebody, if you go to somebody, "Hey, you're my girlfriend, you're my boyfriend," and then you proceed to go have sex with these other 13 people, you just cheated on your girlfriend 13 times. You just cheated on your boyfriend 13 times. And you have to be mindful of that. Let me tell you something. Don't stay in a relationship you don't want to be in. Don't stay in a relationship because you think you're going to hurt somebody's feelings if you leave them, because trust me, cheating hurts worse. Don't stay with somebody because you scared of what they going to do to themselves if you leave. Guess what? If they going to do something to themselves because you leave, they going to do something to themselves because when you there. That's a whole nother situation. And you are not somebody's emotional stability. Because what does that leave for you? If you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in one. There's absolutely positively no necessity for anybody to be in a relationship they don't want to be in. If you decide tomorrow, you've been married 70 years, and you decide tomorrow at year 70, day one, you don't want to be married no more, tell your wife, because she probably don't want to be married to you or your husband. They probably don't want to be married to you no more neither. And leave. Don't hurt them. If you don't want to be with somebody anymore, leave. Get a divorce. File the paperwork. Get the hell on. If you don't want to be with somebody anymore, leave. Don't call their phone. Don't text them. Don't answer when they call. Don't answer when they text. Because let me tell you something, each and every response, that person doesn't see the response you give. That person sees the response they want. If you don't want to be with somebody, don't. But do not think that you can. I don't know why they say this, but y'all don't understand. Don't think you can have your cake and eat it too. Because eventually you're going to take a slice away from that cake every day, and one day it ain't going to be there. It's just going to be an empty plate full of crumbs, and you wondering where the hell it went. If you're not with a good person, leave them. Because maybe they'll be good for somebody else, because they're not good for you. If the relationship you thought you were in is not the one you're in now, leave. If you had to make this person stay with you and they wanted to leave, leave. But cheating is just not. Getting busted is some bullshit. Number one, if you fucking around, I'm sorry, I'm about to start cussing, so not a lot of cussing, but a little bit. If you fucking around on your spouse or your significant other, don't do it in your house. I can't tell you not to cheat on somebody. I can't tell you to be a responsible partner. I can't tell you to do shit else. But if you gonna cheat on somebody, don't do it in the fucking house and the bed y'all share, because that's a different level of nasty. Don't bring the person that you cheating on your spouse with. I'm just gonna use significant other for everything. Spouse and girlfriend, spouse and boyfriend. I'm gonna use it for everything. Don't bring somebody who, when you get caught, means nothing. Because that's the first thing out your mouth. They didn't mean anything to me. Don't bring them to the house you share with your significant other. Don't bring them to the house your kids sleep in. Don't bring them to the house that y'all made memories in, that maybe some were bad, but some were good. Don't do that. There are plenty of places to cheat on a significant other with. Plenty of. There are thousands of hotels, motels, and Holiday Inns out there. If the person you cheating on with is single, why don't you go to their house? If you're young enough, shit, I done did it in the car many a time. But don't go to the house that you share with this person that you're hurting. Because even if they don't know, you're hurting them. Every lie you tell to your partner about where you are, whose number is this, what does this text message mean, hurts them. You bringing somebody to the house that you share with your significant other, I don't even care about the circumstances behind that. Put you in a different place and on a different level. Don't do that. I can't stop nobody from cheating. I can't stop them from bringing them to the house they share with their spouse. But you should feel some kind of way. And if you don't, that just says what kind of person you are. But you should feel some kind of way. Because if you're dating somebody, if you're committed to somebody, if you married somebody, for the most part, at one time, that person meant everything to you because they were enough for you to put a title on them, to give them your last name. So at one point, you loved this person enough to do that. At one point, you and this person were in love and making memories in this space. Hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Tells the Truth. All right. So, yeah, don't do that. One, because it's just nasty. Two, you run the risk of getting caught. If any of y'all watch P Valley, if any of y'all watch P Valley, did y'all see how that man looked when he walked in there and I think that's his wife, was on her knees in front of the other man in the bed they share? And it stopped just being about the cheating. And it started being about their whole relationship. Because even though he was acting, that's the look. That look of, I didn't mean anything more to you in this whole relationship than for you to disrespect me in this manner. So I didn't mean, so everything, so this whole relationship is a lie. This whole relationship. That's what you feel, even though it wasn't true. Even if it wasn't true. But that's what they feel. Getting busted. You looking over there. And I will say this with men more so than women, but women do it too. The violence level is different. It's one thing to learn you've been cheating. It's another thing for this bitch to know what sheets you got on your bed and what soap you use in your bathroom. Because you do know that they will use that against you. And that goes into my second thing. You over here with somebody cheating with somebody who's willing to go into the house that you share with your spouse or your significant other. They're going to be willing to do whatever they have to do. Now, you can take that how you want to. But trust me when I tell you, I have watched episodes of Snapped, Jerry Springer, Maury, Steve, and the first thing they do is tell you what kind of sheets you got on your bed and what kind of products you got in your bathroom so that you'll know that they've been in your house. Is it easier to cheat? I don't think it would be, but hey, I don't think it would be. I think it would be harder to cheat than to just go on because you run the risk of not only hurting their feelings with the breakup, but now they caught you doing something that you shouldn't have been doing. Everybody talking about how tough relationships are. You might go through some tough times. You might have some things that you gotta weather together, but the relationship itself, it ain't tough. But you can make it tough. If you don't want to be with that person anymore, if you know, and not just sexual, if you know that you about to do something that will hurt your partner irrevocably, that will have an effect on your partner off into the future, off into other relationships they have. Why do it? Just break up with them. I know a lot of people stay in relationships for a plethora of reasons. Not all of them love, but you ain't gotta hurt them. You know what I'm saying? There's a pain. I know when when I got up. I've been dating this guy, and I know that when we got out the bed and he left out the house with this person, like she was the girlfriend and I was the mistress. Can you imagine that feeling? You the wife or the girlfriend, and you feeling like the side chick. You feeling like the other woman because that's how they treating you. Have y'all seen how these people act? Have y'all seen how people who going to get violent and be mad act? I watched a girl beat with her hands on TikTok or somewhere, TikTok or I don't know. It was a video clip, so it might have been TikTok, could have been Facebook. But I watched her beat the windshield out of this car with her hand. I watched her put her hand in the driver's side door that was open, not get off the car when when he asked her to, and him closing the car door with her hand in the door and driving off with her on the roof of the car. Now he was crazy as hell, and she was crazy as hell. But that's the snapped part of this edition. You know how many people have had to go on trial because they walked in on their wife or their husband in the bed with another person, and all they could think about was shooting somebody? Do you know how many women, more so women, I'm sure men have had to do it, but I'm just talking about the snapped edition. So I'm not singling out men, but that's why. You know how many women have had to endure their husband openly cheating on them to the point where one day they just get up and stab them 117 times. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Going to somebody else's house, yeah. But yeah, yeah. I watched last night because I don't know if y'all watch this stuff, but I watched a lady contradict herself with each and every other sentence. Um, he went to jail. My dad was working at an outreach. He got out of jail, and I started talking to him. I started liking him. I probably should know what he went to jail for, but I didn't ask, and he didn't want to tell me, so I didn't worry about it. But she had 2 kids. The relationship was filled with him not wanting to talk, him being very guarded, closed off, and her just going, well, I guess he didn't want to talk about it, so it's okay, with the glimpses of violence. Not the full blown picture, just glimpses of that particular page. But I just ignored it. He just didn't want to talk. He snapped and I left him. But he begged me and said he wouldn't do it again. So I gave him another chance. So we got married. We had 2 kids. But he didn't really want to be around the kids I had previously. This is her story. So the older kids, I guess, went with their grandparents. And it was just her husband, and the two kids that they had together. And he said, wouldn't it be nice if it was just us four and only just us four? And she acted like she got mad. But she went home with him and she brought her kids back into the household. She kept ignoring and going on. To one day, here's cheating is just not an isolated situation. Cheating is just not does just not affect the partners in the situation. It has far-reaching ramifications. And some of those ramifications end in death and destruction. The girl walking in on her mama and her boyfriend in the bed together, and her mama telling you, well, if you was a better woman, he wouldn't be in the bed with me. Every other episode of Maury. I got a hickey from playing basketball. I got these scratches on my back from that cat we don't own. Every other episode snapped. He was a ladies' man. She knew that when she got with him. She thought he would change. We don't understand why she shot him. We don't understand. Why don't we understand? You made a commitment to somebody. You broke the commitment, but you still wanted the person. You still wanted the relationship, but you didn't want to do the relationship stuff. And what killed me, I'm about to go off on another area. What kills me is when somebody cheat and then turn around on you and you the bad guy. That's what I hate. That's nothing I hate. Somebody cheat and then you the bad guy. Then you the bad one for being mad. Then you the bad one for cussing out folks. You the bad one for at the heat of the moment wishing somebody death. You the bad one. You're the bad guy. Come on now, y'all. That shit ain't cool. That's absolutely positively not cool. But then that's just how some people are. They got to turn the situation around on themselves. They got to make sure that everybody, friends and family, knows that they weren't in the wrong, even though they were the ones that were doing the wrong. So now you got the person, you got the aggrieved party, you got the cheated on, having to explain themselves, having to feel bad, having to wonder where they stood the entire relationship. And like I said, that's where Snap comes in. Can you imagine thinking that this person, that I'm thinking this is the person I'm going to get engaged to, get married to, live out the rest of my life with, all of a sudden I'm not more important than a one night stand? I'm not important enough for reality. Because the reality is that you should have never been in a relationship. If you want to be free to fuck, I I have no problem with sex outside of marriage. I think you should do it. I think that before you I think that before you marry somebody, you should know whether or not you two are sexually compatible. I think that if you two are of age and sound mind, that if you want to get busy as often as you need to, as much as you like to, hell, with whomever you like to. So that when you do get into a relationship, you won't feel like you're missing out on nothing. You won't feel like you're losing anything. You don't have to be in a relationship. And I don't understand, because somebody in the chat, please tell me why people think they have to be in a relationship and then get in a relationship and don't want to do relationship shit. Because I don't understand. If you want to do single stuff, if you want to have sex with more than one person, if you want to hang out and not come home, if you want to not be beholden to anybody or not having to tell anybody where you're going or what you're doing, the cure for that is being single. It's not being in a monogamous quote unquote relationship. I don't understand. Can somebody help your girl out? I don't get it. What's wrong with being single? I was fine being single. When I was single, I was fine. I didn't have to tell nobody where I was going. I didn't have to be home at a certain time. Hell, I didn't have to come home if I wanted to. And I was not beholden to anybody. I was not beholden to anyone. And when I wanted to be in a relationship, when I realized I missed that weight in the bed, I missed that one person to talk to, that one heart, I missed that private jokes, and I wanted that. I was ready for that. The last face I see at night and the first face I see in the morning kind of love. That's when I said, okay, let's go. But when I wasn't ready, I wasn't ready. And I didn't act like I was ready. And I'm not even talking about an age, because some people will never be ready. Some people will never want to be with just one person. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're one of those people, there's absolutely positively nothing wrong with you not being with one person. However, if you choose to be with one person and you portray yourself as being in a committed monogamous relationship, and that's not who you are, you're doing yourself just a big disservice as you are doing the other person. Like I said, people get in relationships for all kind of reasons. But the only reason you should get in a relationship is because you want to be in one. But wanting to be in a relationship, wanting to be committed to somebody, you need to have the maturity to know that you could also not want to be at some point in a relationship and committed to somebody. You should be mature enough to understand that if your feelings should change, if the situations change, if the love changes, that you have to be man or woman enough to say, hey, you know what? This ain't it no more. I don't think I can be faithful to you. I don't think that I can stay in this relationship and you be happy and I be happy. Because if you have a mistress or a long term girlfriend or outside of the one you got, then you're doing neither one of these people a service, because you're not getting them 100% of yourself. And most of the times when a person is in a relationship, that's what they want. They don't want 10% or 50%, they want 100%. And if you're not in the mindset of the maturity level, or it's just not in you to be that person, then don't be that person. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you less than. But what does make you a bad person and less than is when you go out of your way to hurt somebody you say you love. And you can't tell me that by getting busted in the house that you share with somebody is not going out of your way to hurt somebody that you used to love. Because you got to used to love them. Because you still can't say I love you and do that shit. That kills me when somebody say, you know how much I love you to death. Don't love me to death. Because I'm feeling like death is not a word that should be associated with that. So back to what I'm saying about getting out of a relationship. Now we've been talking about off and on. I was telling you about the Evil Lives here that I watched. How during this entire relationship, she had two kids from the outside that never really, the little girl and her oldest little girl never really cared for her new husband. And her son, who was older, saw a father figure that he hadn't had. But she said something that got me. She said he never really cared for my kids. And it hit me. Then I started listening. And I started listening to the stupidity of not knowing when to leave. She said her older daughter never really liked him. She never really warmed up to him, but I married him anyway. That's not, she didn't say, but I married him anyway. But she said that, and then she says, I married him. So what she says, my daughter saw something that I didn't see, but I married it anyway. She read a passage out of her daughter's diary saying there's just something about him. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about him that I don't like, that I don't care for, that there's just something about him. Yeah. But she went on to say that she still married him, even though she felt something about him that was off. Her spidey senses were tingling, but she kept cutting them off. This I'm coming to snap, the snap part of the addition. So she had two children from previous relationship. They had two children from their marriage. And then all of a sudden, he was 100% the person she'd seen snippets of, the person that she made allowances for, the person that she left and came back to. She brought her kids back to. So he decides that they all got to go. So he duct tapes his wife and her two kids from previous relationship. She's thinking her younger children are safe. He takes them down to the basement and he shoots her daughter because her daughter never liked him. And her daughter was one of them kids that's going to say what they're going to say, tied up or whatever. So she first shoots her daughter, make sure she's dead. And then he shoots her son. And then he shoots her. And her last thoughts were, at least my young babies are safe. But when she woke up out of the hospital, she found out he'd already killed the younger ones. He'd already killed his kids. He just snapped and killed everybody, but not himself, because he wasn't mad with himself. He was cool. He just went down to the jail and he told the police that what he did was really bad and he knew there was no coming back, so he might as well go all out. See, that's what snapped is. What you do has consequences to others. It has consequences to other people. You affect other people. It's crazy. It boggles my mind that we still doing that. That we not cool with just leaving. I think got 3 people in here. But even if they're used to it, at some point you can't be okay with that no more. You know what I'm saying? Even if you used to it. Oh shit. Oh, where's the water? A little bit. Not bad. I'm trying to drink water, y'all. But it gotta be really cold. It's gotta be freezy. Not gonna drink no warm water. I feel like it's bath water and I shouldn't drink that. Just saying. I feel like I shouldn't drink warm water because that is only for taking a bath and washing your hair. So no. No. Water is not water. First of all water don't taste alike. That's number one. Hot water is just the beginning of booty soup. So no. I'm good. Now if it got some ice in, I'm gonna drink it. I've been sipping on water and trying to clear up my 55-year-old skin. Might be a little late for that, but hey, it is what it is. I know. My shit went off. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I know people are people, and I'm cool with people being people. Again, I'm cool with a lot of things because I'm cool with a lot of things because I believe that you do what you do, and it ain't my business. And it ain't my business. It is not my business to regulate your household. It is not my business to tell you who to have. Ooh, what is that? Go back, babe. Go back one time. Um, I'm cool with what a person does with their own self. I am. My bad. Oh, go back to the bandicoot. Oh no, I can look it up. Don't worry about it. I'll look it up. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, I know I get distracted easily, but I wish that there was like concrete evidence as to why people cheat as opposed to breaking up with somebody. Not evidence. I wish there was like an explanation that I could understand. Well, I still want to be with them even after I get with this other person. Why did you get with her in the first place? Why couldn't you just date? Why did you have to be this person's girlfriend or boyfriend? Why couldn't you just date? If you doing it so that people won't call you a hoe, be a hoe. Shit, we grown. Once you grown and out of high school, be a hoe. Who cares? Getting into a relationship because it looks better than being single doesn't make any sense to me. Get in a relationship because you feel like that makes other people respect you. It's just like buying a house. Like when I watch House Hunters and shit, and they talking about, well, I need space to entertain. No, I would live next to some hotels. I'm not gonna buy extra rooms in my house because my family want to visit. That is why Hilton was made. I'm not gonna get in a relationship because people will look at me differently. If you don't look at me the same when I'm by myself, then I don't give a shit. If somebody else has to be responsible for your thoughts and feelings upon me, then you don't have any thoughts and feelings upon me that I wish to know about. I don't want Nick to get into a relationship because somebody somewhere 75, 95, 105 years ago said that you're supposed to be married with 2.5 kids, a picket fence, and a dog at this age. I don't want him to get married. I don't want anybody to do that. I don't want somebody to marry somebody because, oh, we've been together this long, but it took you this long to realize, then it was nothing to realize. Because it's always one person that wanted to get married and one person that was like, oh, we don't need no paper. We don't need nothing. Well, that's because you wanted to be single. But you wanted somebody there to help you pay the bills. If you stand with your spouse because they the ones making sure that you live the way you want to live, you need your ass whooped. You can't be broke and a cheater. It boggles my mind. I'm trying to keep it looking back and forth at the chat to see if anybody's saying anything. But yeah. My thing is this, and if I'm hitting somebody close to home, that means you know what you're doing is wrong. And I'm not and I'm not gonna say people say they ain't. I'm judgy. I am judgmental. I keep it to myself 99% of the time. The other 1% I come bringing on here on my real talks and hey y'all. If I'm hurting your feelings or if I'm hitting too close to home, then you know what you're doing is wrong. You feel it because people that don't think what they doing wrong don't give a shit what I'm saying. If I'm doing if I'm raising the kids the way I want to raise my kids and I think I'm doing it the right way, I don't give a shit about what you say and what you think I'm supposed to be doing. If me and my wife are happy in our relationship and we going and we thriving and we going up and up and up, and I still love my wife, I don't care what you think I'm supposed to be doing. So nothing you can say means shit to me. Not nothing. So if what I'm saying hurts your feelings or is hitting you too close to home, you know your shit is shady. You know that you shouldn't be doing the stuff you're doing. And you know that it will affect you adversely so much more than the person you're doing it to. Because you got to live with your soul. You got to live with your spirit. And you got to live with the karma that comes with the shit you're doing. And understand a lot of times the karma don't come back on you. It come back on you and yours. When I talk about folks, I'm talking about in hypotheticals and generalities. But if it is hitting home, it is time for you to do soul searching because I can't do that for you. If you cheat on my friend or my sister, I may not like you, but I can't search your soul and I can't change you. You got to do that. And if you don't see anything wrong with what you did, that's fine. But it's just like anything else. You have to deal with the consequences to your actions. And the consequences to your actions are not always cut and dry. They're not always what you think they're going to be. Thousands upon tens of thousands of people have lost their lives playing the cheating game. They've lost their families and other people they love outside of the person they cheating on playing the cheating game. Hell, they have later on fallen in love and got a little comeback from the cheating game. It is 100% true statement. How you got them is how you gonna lose them, and don't forget how you got them. Look at that person you don't feel shit for anymore. Because I hate it when people say how much they love somebody they cheated on. I love her, but I got feelings and needs. I love him, but he don't do this, this, and this. Oh shit, I'm a lot of words. I know someone who forced her boyfriend to marry her after 15 years, and he is so miserable and cheats with his daughter's mother, and she just wanted a wedding, not a marriage. Yes. And I'm going to say this, and this is also unpopular. Be careful with how you treat your partner before your partner becomes the cheater they never were. Did I hear what I said? Should I say it again? Be careful how you treat your partner before your partner becomes the cheater they never were. Sex is not a prize. It's not a gift. It's not a birthday gift. It's not a Christmas gift. It's not a Valentine's gift. It's not a surprise for a job well done. It is an integral part of your relationship, of a romantic relationship. Now, it's not a part of a friendship or siblings or parents or family, but it is a part of a romantic relationship. You telling your wife that you ain't gonna do it, you always tired, this, and the third, you don't never want to do it for whatever reason, your partner's either gonna do one or two things. Go find some sex somewhere else or leave you. So don't be playing stupid games and turn your partner into a cheater. Well, I give it to him on his birthday. Well, who gave it to him Monday? Because he wanted it Monday too. And I'm not just talking about sexual things, y'all. I'm talking about rubbing feet. I'm talking about laying on the shoulder of somebody. I'm talking about physical contact that you give to others that cause the person you say you love to go find it in somebody else. Don't keep doing that. Don't keep sitting up there thinking that you can do whatever the hell you want, and this person's gonna sit here willy-nilly waiting on you to figure out what you want and who you want. Because you two will be playing a game that only one of y'all gonna win. Don't think that because you've never seen your wife or your girlfriend say even damn, say even damn, that she won't come out and stab you 17 times in your eyeball if she catch you cheating on her. That white man whose wife, this was a long time, this is back in the 90s. That white man whose wife ran over him, then backed up, ran over him again, then backed up over him, then ran over him again with her daughter in the car, did not think that morning when she left with her daughter in the car, which was her stepdaughter. It was his daughter, not hers, by the way. I think. If I remember correctly, it wasn't her daughter. It wasn't biological daughter. She ran over him, ran back over him, backed up, ran over him again. She didn't leave there that morning to do that. But she snapped because he was once again coming out of a hotel in the middle of the day. Come on now. Come on now. You don't have to be in a relationship with somebody. You don't have to have the societal norms of picket fences and 2.5 babies and a husband or a wife. You don't have to do that. If you never want to get married, if you don't, there are millions of young girls and young women running around have had their marriage idea in their head since they was old enough to make a scrapbook. And you have women out there right now that would give their left titty not to be married to somebody. Everybody's different. You don't have to follow societal norms and what people consider traditional families. If that's not what you want, if that's not something you can sustain, a relationship is a living, breathing organism. That's why I say it ain't hard work, because it's not work. It's not an inanimate object that just sits there and stays the same. A relationship is a living, breathing organism that changes, that constantly grows and changes and morphs from one thing to the other. And normally the only thing you want yours to morph into is a better relationship. It is two people trying every day. This it's and it's something that is not for everybody. If you looking at this person and you know they don't love you, that you don't love them the way they love you, let them be. If you have to think about sex with somebody else to have sex with this person, let them be. If you have to bring somebody else into your home, into your bed, into y'all bed, let them be. Because one day you're going to get more than you bargained for. And you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get what you want. I stopped being around her after my husband passed. He was always in my face, and I don't play that cheap mess. I don't get that, ladies. And men, but for the most part, ladies, I don't get that. If this person, and I'm saying any kind of relation, this person didn't want to make you, didn't want to change your last name, why do you want to make them do it? Go find somebody that really does want to do it. Stop getting stuck in your love and thinking that this was all the love. People act like there's just a small, finite amount of love inside of them. That this is all the love I got and I can only give it to one person ever in my life. You have an infinite amount of love in you. And you may have to, and it may be for somebody else later on in life. And if it is, that's cool. It's so much out there that can be avoided. Excuse me, y'all. It's so much out there that has to happen to us that we have no control over. But this particular situation, that's not the case. If you don't want to be somebody's wife, don't be their wife. If you don't want to be married no more, don't be married no more. If you don't ever want to get married, don't get married. If you don't ever want to ask somebody to get married, don't ask nobody to get married. If you want to be a bachelor and a bachelorette for the rest of your life, if you want your tombstone to say, "Here lies, never gonna get ever married, even in the afterlife," that's fine. But don't marry somebody, hurt them, and expect that there are no consequences to that. Don't marry somebody and actively cheat on them and expect no consequences. Don't bring another person to the marital bed and think that you ain't gonna have to deal with the consequences of that karma. Don't actively hurt somebody that you know loved you. See, my thing is this: what pisses me off sometimes is it's one thing to be in a relationship where you're unsure about how the other person feels about you, to where you have all this deep love for a person and you're unsure because they don't tell you or show you or do loving things for you or set you up in a place of love. But if you got somebody who breaks their ass to make sure you have everything you want, who makes sure that your needs are catered to, even when theirs aren't, trust me, there is karma upon karma upon. I done fucked up when it comes to do with that. I hate that. If you fall out of love with somebody, that's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with not loving somebody no more because you never know what the future will hold. But you know what there is wrong? Actively trying to hurt that person. Actively trying to make your friends and family think that that person is the problem and not you. Leave them alone. Don't talk to them no more. When they text, don't answer. Delete their number. Hell, get a new phone altogether. Don't answer the door. Don't answer the email. Leave them alone. Don't sit up there and say that you couldn't leave them alone. That's a lie. You didn't leave them alone because you didn't want to leave them alone. You didn't leave them alone because you wanted something from them. Just one thing, not everything, just one thing that you couldn't get from the other dicks and coochies that you got out there. Using people that love you, guys, is an iffy game. Using people that love you for anything other than love is a really, really iffy proposition. It doesn't always work out like you thought it would. It doesn't always end like you thought it should end. It doesn't always, it doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't even benefit you. Yeah, you got some money or a house or a car or some jewelry or whatever, whoop de whoop. But every time you look at that stuff, you know where it came from. You know you ain't get it right. But then maybe you the kind of person where that don't bother you. And this is just who you are. And I ain't got nothing for y'all because I can't do nothing for y'all. If this is just who you are and the shady shit that you do don't bother you and hurting somebody you love don't bother you or you say you love don't bother you, well, I ain't for you because I can't do nothing for you. I don't ever want to see somebody hurt. But that's a lie. That's a lie. I just lied. Let me unlie. Let me unlie. I don't want to see somebody I care. Thank you. I don't want to see somebody I care about hurt. I don't want to see somebody I call a friend hurt. I don't even want to see somebody if I like you, just like you. I don't even have to know you. I mean, if you just like I watch TikTok. It's some of the people on there that I just like. I like them. I don't want to. They couldn't sleep in my house or nothing. I don't even know if I open the door for them. But on TikTok, I like them, and I don't want to see them hurt. Now, if I don't like you or you're a fucked up kind of individual, then trust me when I say I don't care. There's a level of I don't care in me that I think is close to serial killer. So I'm just letting you know up front. If I don't like you, I could walk over you. Bleeding out right there, screaming my name. I'm like, did y'all hear something? So I just laugh when I say but I don't want to see the people I like hurt because I know it ain't necessary. I've been hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want that on somebody I just tolerate. That love hurt, that heart pain, that's something you can't explain. That's something that they write songs and books and poems about, but they can never quite get it because it is a pain and a hurt and a feeling that has no description. It is a it is an ache that no amount of drugs and alcohol can cure. It is an ache that is bottomless because I think a lot of times that's what people are doing when they try to fill it up with other people. That's an ache that you can't, it's hard to process. It's really hard to process. Excuse me. Getting busted does not just mean somebody caught you doing it. And trust me when I tell you, busted, snapped edition. Do you know how many people have walked in on their husband or their wife in the bed with another person, turned around, didn't say a word, walked out, walked back in, and emptied the clip? Have beaten somebody to death with their bare hands? Have hurt them and the people around them? When somebody hurts your heart, when somebody gives you a feeling of like that your heart is being torn apart in your chest while you stand there. Your heart is hurting. Your spirit is hurting. It is an ache that God feels. Heartache is an ache that God feels. Whatever God you ascribe to, whatever religion, whatever deity or all knowing being that you believe in, they feel that. It is a soundless wail into the universe that nobody can hear but you. That's what getting busted is. It's not just jokes and laughing and crying and cussing. It is in your quiet moment when you're sitting down and that picture of what you just saw comes across your brain and it's on a loop. It's not just the one moment in time that I saw you doing it. It is the eternity that I will continue to see you doing it. Do y'all get that? When somebody walk in on you fucking, sucking, and hunching on somebody, it is not just that moment that they see. Because as soon as you get busted, you jump up, try to cover up, somebody run in the closet, naked ass be over there. It's not just that moment. It is that one moment in time on a perpetual loop in your brain that you cannot unsee. It is your best man from your wedding and your wife. It is your boyfriend and your mama. It is your girlfriend and your best friend. It is your husband and your boss. It is your sister and your girlfriend. And that moment is stuck. It's branded. It's not a tattoo because you can cover up a tattoo. It's a fucking brand of iron, hot, smoking hatred. And that one moment that plays over and over. All I see when I look at you is my mama's ass, is my brother's dick, is my damn best friend's titties. That's all I see when I look at you. It is some stranger that you say means nothing. That is what I see when I look at you. And then I have to replay what you said to me in these moments right after with that particular image. She means nothing. If you were a better woman, if you didn't work so much, or in most of the scenarios, it's hour. You a what? Fucking? You sure were. But all that goes on in the chaos right after getting busted. All that goes on in the chaos of seeing another dick in my bed where a dick shouldn't be. All that goes on in the chaos. But it's in them quiet moments when I'm sitting in the house after I done put your ass out and I still can't get rid of you because I smell you. I see the stuff you've bought. I see the place you used to sit. And I see that moment that I never wanted to see. And I feel that feeling. And I remember those words. And I'm right there each and every time. I am right there back in to opening that door and seeing you in my bed with somebody else. You will never not be the villain in my story. You should not be the villain in everybody's story. But you scraped by with your life. Because there have been many, many people who did not make it out of that scenario alive. But not only that, you affect how that person loves moving forward. Because if I loved you with all that I had and you could do this to me, why should I love anybody else like that? And in those moments, we don't realize that we are the ones losing out because we can't have that all encompassing love anymore because we remember the unencompassing love of the person that decided that we were no better than fucking on our marriage bed. I have seen, I have seen busted out windows, keyed doors, dented hoods, kicked in doors, snatched off windows, snatched off screens and busted out windows. I have heard get out, and boom, boom, boom in apartments I done lived in. I've heard get the fuck out, and next thing I heard was pop, pop, pop. I have seen men and women drown their sorrows at a bar after they walked in on the person that they love. I've heard story after story of I gave him everything. I gave him all I had. I gave her everything she wanted. She never wanted for anything. I've heard story after story after story. Cheating, getting busted, fucking around. Oh, ain't none that new. Ain't none that new. If you think you're special or you're not, the cheated and the cheater, you're not. They've been doing it forever. Back in the day, a married man would have three damn different households on the same block, so that none of the kids would date. You know what I mean? So it's been cheating. It's been going on forever. Long as there have been people in relationships, there been somebody cheating on somebody. Somebody thinking that they deserve this person and this person and that person. People make songs. Girls make songs about I got a dude for my hair, I got a dude for my nails, I got a dude for my rent, I got a dude for my car. Dudes will make songs about I got a chick for the bed, I got a chick for the kitchen, I got a chick to go out with, I got a chick to take to my mama. So cheating is old as hell. It's old as hoeing in line. That's how old cheating is. Because that's all it is, hoeing in line. Yep. It's a daily game. Cheaters never win. That's right. I don't believe anyone ever gets over something like that. No, you don't get over it. I mean, you don't get over just normal cheating, not even getting busted. You don't get over normal finding text messages or answering the phone cheat. You don't get over that. You move on, but you don't get over it. And you carry it into the next relationship. You carry it into the person coming after that person. And people say, I'm over it. No, you're not. You're not. You're not. Do you have a brain that has a memory? And if you don't have a disorder that causes memory loss, you remember. Now, if you choose to rise above it, if you choose for it not to win, see, I look at it like I couldn't let that win. I couldn't let these fucked up ass relationships I got myself in. And let me say this, I got myself in because I chose to stay there long enough to get hurt. Because people always say, I didn't even know, but you felt there were signs. Because they'll say later on, afterwards, they'll go, well, shit, I saw stuff, but I just, I thought I was being insecure. I felt stuff, but I just thought I was being a little crazy. He was telling me, she was telling me, that's not what was going on. I couldn't let them win. I couldn't let them be happy and me be miserable. I guess that's what ask my wife about the competitive thing I got going on. I must win. Even when it looks like I lost, I still pull a win out. So I couldn't let being hurt for whatever reason block me from the love of my life. And that's what would have happened. That's what would have happened because there wouldn't be no DC and Lisa. If I would have just fucking and been the hoe that everybody wanted me to be, there wouldn't have been no, because cheating on me and hurting my feelings was a constant thing. Or not loving me as much as I loved you. And it's probably just the person I was getting with, and that ain't their fault because I didn't have to fool with them. I could have left earlier. Like I said, I am at fault for everything that I say. I'm at fault at one point in doing. But they still did stuff because they'll come back and say it later on. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. You can see it in their face when I'm no longer available. They'll be like, well, goddamn. Because if I had to let them win, if I had to let my baggage affect my future, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to y'all. And there wouldn't be DC and Lisa. Because this stuff does affect people. I'm blessed. I take the blessed. Can't see y'all. Oh man. Okay. long have I been on? Oh, I've been on here almost an hour and 30 minutes, y'all. Let me get up off here. This is just a hey, y'all. This one a long time. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with leaving. There's nothing wrong with breaking up with somebody. There's nothing wrong with not being in a relationship at all. If you love somebody, love them enough to let them go. Love them enough to realize that you don't love them that much. Getting busted and snap go together, baby. Make no mistake about it. Everybody who's ever gotten busted by their spouse or their partner and they got their life feel lucky because there was a lot of people that didn't make it home. There was a lot of people that didn't make it to work that next day. It's a lot of people had to call their mama to get buried. Be careful what you put out there because you and yours will be the one to get it back. And if you putting out bullshit, that's what's gonna come back. Be mindful of who you hurt because in just about incidents, every incident of somebody who hurt people, they couldn't take that hurt back. They couldn't live with what they give out. So be careful, y'all. Don't let your 15 minutes of passion turn into eternity of kicking up daisies, okay? Break up, get divorced, move out, stop communicating, go have sex with as many people as you want. But stop hurting the people you say you love. I'm getting ready to get up off here. This your girl Lisa. Hit them comments down below. Y'all know what I say. It ain't got to be about this. It can be about anything. Share this video. I bet y'all know somebody right now, who one day away from getting their ass whooped or shot. If y'all just happen to come across this video and y'all like what you hear, y'all subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video go live, you guys can join us. And hit that like button, y'all. It's free. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, just go on. You ain't got to hit the down button. But if you liked it, hit the like button for me. This your girl, Lisa. This is Hey Y'all. Just what thoughts is on my mind. I'll be back later on this week. I'll see what else we can talk about. Uh, Might talk about that my baby is getting ready to be a senior. And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I know I feel good, but I don't know how I feel about it growing up. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody in the chat. This tells the truth. Boss Lady Lexi, Veronica, hold on. Von D was in here earlier. My daughter. Nakia. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great afternoon. This your girl Lisa, and I'm out. Bye, y'all.